Hi everyone, can everyone hear me? Please type yes if you can. Hi Vedant, hi. We're just waiting for more people to join in so that we can take advantage of this session. Super guys, good to see you all here. Super. All right, guys, this is last time. Can everyone hear me? Please type yes. One more yes. Hello. All right, super. All right, guys, let's start the analysis. Just give me a second. All right. So I'm looking at the chat window as well. Looking nice. Yes, super. Brilliant. I'm looking at the chat. All right, guys. So let's begin. So first, we're going to start with the purple list. So what we're going to do today is, for a change, we'll have the monthly chart, the weekly chart, and the daily chart. And of course, I've shortlisted the stock. We've got about 27 stocks in this. This is as per monthly, weekly, daily setups. And then we're going to go to commodities, then indices, and then we're going to do cash stock analysis. All right, which basically means you might have very good investment picks for next month. So that's it. This is a good opportunity to actually look at some monthly divergences and monthly entries, monthly opportunities. So here we go. This is what we're going to do today. So let's begin. So first off, we have ACC. This is because we have, of course, we have end of month. So monthly candle is over, weekly candle is over. Monday we have a holiday, so we actually open on Tuesday. So it's gonna be gap up, gap down somewhere, on Tuesday, and we're gonna take that into our stride. Now, monthly it is at EMA, it is higher prices rejecting. Weekly there is a bearish divergence, and we do have a narrow CPR. So in any case, if we have a gap down opening, or if we have something that enables us to take selling trade, then this would be something that would play a role. Even in the weekly CPR, you can see the future CPR, right? Iske niche khulte hi ye hame opportunity de sakta hai. So this is why this is in the list. Then we go to Adani Port. Adani Port as well, we have a bearish divergence here. Ye weekly chart mein ek gap tha, if you can see this. I can draw it on the weekly, or you can see it on the daily as well. Now this gap is exhausting, but follow through nahi ho raha hai. Bar exhaust ho raha hai, lekin follow through nahi ho raha hai. Kal bhi exhaust hua, follow through nahi hua. So again, as I said, if there is a follow through, that means if the low breaks, and if there is the prices go below the CPR and stays below the CPR in the monthly CPR, that's what I mean, then this is something that you can look at. फिर हमारे पास है Alchem Labs. Alchem Labs में monthly chart is all right, like ठीक है, I mean there is a divergence here and everything, but it is at weekly EMA. There is a bullish divergence, there is a narrow CPR. You can see my alert above the CPR. Now two things can happen. If it falls down like 50% below khul ke, gap down khul ke niche gir jata hai, then of course we are looking to sell it. But nonetheless, if the CPR is broken, monthly CPR, and prices upar jata hai, there's a follow through, then you can take an opportunity here as well. Then we have Biocon. Now in Biocon, we can see that we have at EMA, of course, it's not the worst candle ever, but you can see how beautiful this is. So you have a shoulder already, you have a head. Now this seems like, it might create a shoulder if this divergence works. Now, last week we had a bearish divergence, engulfing bear as well, low not broken, no follow through, so we don't get a trade in. Now, as I said, only if there is a gap down opening and it starts falling below the monthly CPR, there's an opportunity that you can take. You can also go to the hourly chart, and there is a white CPR, although but you can use the monthly CPR, to be honest, in this case here. All right, just a sec. All right. Next, we have Britannia. Now, Britannia is actually at a decent setup. Monthly candle does not matter in this one. Weekly, it is at EMA. So you see how weekly has fallen. Now, this looks like a corrective wave, right? Like corrective move. And in the daily chart, you can see how corrective this is. And there is a bearish divergence in the daily chart. It's a narrow monthly CPR, and you might get an opportunity to sell this as well. Now, if I go to an hourly chart, you see there's a narrow hourly CPR as well, weekly CPR as well. And you can expect the prices to go further fall below. And if it breaks the channel, of course, you're expecting lower prices. Now, try and understand, this is people who know the system, you understand why I'm saying this, and you realize that it is important for you to follow the system. And people who don't, this is for educational purpose only. This is to show you how we can do beautiful picks using technical analysis only for yourself. Okay, अब हम जाते हैं next chart पे, which is Birla Soft. Birla Soft, it is at weekly EMA. You have a bullish divergence. So अब इसके पहले तक क्या था, Wednesday तक क्या हो रहा था कि daily EMA पे था, hourly divergence था. Now you have a daily divergence, bullish harami. Now, of course, you're waiting for the prices to go above the CPR or at least give you a follow through. In the hourly chart, आप देख सकते हैं कि यहाँ पे you have a narrow weekly CPR, and I can actually put another alert here, just so that I get initial warning कि हाँ बस हो रहा है, I can start entering, or I can start looking at this properly. And daily chart में, of course, if it goes at this level, क्योंकि ये level which is 496, 497, ये सब levels बार-बार resistance की तरह act किए जा रहे हैं. So if it goes above that, of course, it gives you a good chance. Weekly, every week is making trailing lows. तो अगर वो लो भी टूटता है, तो that's a good sign that there is a probability that it can go higher. But again, if and only if that happens. Container Corp, यहाँ पे again, if this is 012 in the weekly chart, this, and there is a bearish divergence in the daily chart. Sorry, if this is 012 in the monthly chart, you can see यहाँ पे भी resistance है, point of interest है. And weekly chart में there is a bearish divergence here, in fact triple bearish divergence. And daily chart में, if there is a narrow monthly CPR, if it goes below this, there's an opportunity here as well. तो यहाँ पे भी हम ये opportunity का फायदा उठा सकते हैं selling के लिए, लेकिन ठीक है. So yes, but again, only if that happens. Then हमारे पास Dixon है. Now Dixon को थोड़ा long term के लिए सोचना उचित रहेगा, because of course it started here, went up at EMA, we got an opportunity, हमने ये trade लिया था. अभी क्या हुआ, ये एक resistance था, इसका breakout हुआ, and now this is a CIP on a weekly level. So weekly there's a bullish engulfing pattern with a nice entry opportunity as well. Now अभी क्या होगा, best opportunity तो होगा कि अगर वापस EMA तक आ जाए and किसी तरह, and then आपको एक opportunity, that's a very good opportunity for the long side. Of course, that being said, अगर ये gap down खुल गया, सोचो 200 point या ऐसे कुछ, then I hardly think something's gonna happen there. आप hourly chart को भी use कर सकते हो, so there was an opportunity today as well. So I'm just gonna draw this. Hourly chart को भी आप use कर सकते हो. This is, sorry, that's not, I didn't want to put an alert. Anyway, so hourly chart में क्या है कि there was a CIP here, but again, there's a 012 here also. So if it comes to the CPR somewhere here and then gets an opportunity, you can take that as well. तो Dixon को मैंने लिस्ट में इसलिए रख रखा है क्योंकि इसमें वीकली चार्ट पे CIP हो रखा है, एंड हमें मतलब it'll be a good opportunity to take. तो let's see what happens. इसको वॉच लिस्ट में जरूर रखना, क्योंकि ये मूवमेंट भी वैसे ही देता है. Now, Dr. Reddy, again, another beautiful setup because weekly EMA पे है, daily में bullish divergence है, हुआ था divergence Wednesday को follow through नहीं हुआ, of course is a bad candle shooting star, and now today 50% open होके खुल गया था. अभी monthly CPR narrow है, so that again gives you an edge. अभी weekly CPR, in fact, let it load. You see there is a narrow weekly CPR also, so even if it corrects a little bit, आपके पास एक level है जहाँ पे आप you can take your execution calls. And also if I can draw this was the line that I was looking at initially for so double bottom breakout, तो इतना target तो आना ही है. Again, this for educational purpose, guys, so don't read too much into my words. And then there is this line here, which is छोटे छोटे जो resistance हम बनाते रहते हैं उस पे. So there's a resistance here, there's a resistance here. So if it opens gap up, beautiful, like Dr. Reddy is ready to be basically traded. If it comes back here and then goes back up from near CPR, I think one should take the risk as well, because daily में bullish divergence है at weekly EMA. I think this is a very good setup in Dr. Reddy. Okay, next we have is Gale. Gale again, monthly no problem, weekly at EMA, good candle, no divergences or anything. Daily में at EMA, today was a good candle, like 50% ऊपर खुला and all. I'll go to the hourly chart and explain कि आज इसमें भी क्या था. So of course there is a diagonal trend line which was broken by a gap. So this is the line that I had, I think, from here. Yes. Okay, this is a diagonal line that was broken by a gap. It's a good sign. And we have, well, not a narrow CPR in the hourly chart, but if it corrects till the EMAs, like if it comes down a rupee or so, then maybe that'll give you an opportunity to go higher as well, like take an opportunity as well. Now let me go back to the daily chart. Remember, it needs a follow through. Like, of course, agar ye yahin pe khulta hai, it is above the monthly CPR, you're good to go. Narrow monthly CPR targets are, which is good. Aisa hona chahiye target. So agar hota hai, to then this is something that I'm interested in as well. So Dr. Reddy and Gale is something that I think अच्छे setups दे रहे हैं. यहाँ पे भी आप देख सकते हो कि you can expect breakout CIP, and then if it goes up, it is a decent way to enter. CIP also in ready. Yes, as I said, CIP also in ready. But as I said, just chill. So yeah, I think this is what you mean by CIP. So let me just move this here. Right? Yeah, CIP also. So that's again, Dr. Reddy is set. Anyway, coming back to Hindalco, I think somebody posted in our tribe, and that was fantastic. We do have a setup at weekly EMA. There is a false ceiling here, which is a gap here. तो एक ceiling बना हुआ है यहाँ पे. So आज ट्रेड था, narrow monthly CPR है. अगर ये ऊपर जाता है, अगर कुछ भी ऊपर की तरफ खुलता है मार्केट ट्यूसडे को, then we are looking at all the buying setups, Gale, Reddy, and all that. अगर by chance something happens during the weekend and Tuesday is not a good day for global markets, and Tuesday maybe opens lower for us as well, then शायद हम दूसरे stocks पे ध्यान देंगे, Marico की तरह हम बात करेंगे of course about it. So Hindalco, of course, maybe आज थोड़ा सा बस छूट गया कि नहीं छूटा. If you're in, fantastic. If not, then ICICI Bank is a little worrisome because मैंने last time भी बताया था, ये इसमें bearish divergence monthly chart पे है, follow through भी हो रखा है थोड़ा सा. Daily, weekly chart पे you can see it's a double top, bearish divergence with, is it a 012? We don't know yet. RSI maybe, there's a nice test of the RSI as well. And you can see the daily chart also. Let me just, you can see the daily chart also, and we could probably draw something like this. And I'm not asking, I don't encourage drawing manual lines, but I'm just saying there is a CPR right here. So जब तक monthly CPR के नीचे रहेगा ना, I think you can expect ICICI Bank to follow. ना यही मैं बोल रहा हूँ, कुछ stocks, especially ICICI Bank जैसे stocks हैं, अगर वो negativity दिखाते हैं तो फिर थोड़ा सा market में डर लग जाता है. But there is, if it comes to the EMA, it gives you an opportunity on Tuesday or Wednesday. ये एक opportunity आपको मिल सकता है ICICI Bank में. On the selling side, you can see there are divergences, double top, neckline है, neckline breach हो गया है. अब ये false breakout है कि नहीं, ये हम Tuesday हमें पता चलेगा. Now Indigo, again, one of those tricky stocks for us in September. and every time it has come to weekly EMA, it has given us divergence, but monthly CPR के ऊपर बंद नहीं हो रहा था. Now of course again we have a daily bullish divergence, and इस बार भी monthly CPR के ऊपर आप alert लगा लो. अगर इसके ऊपर बंद होगा, then only try and get in. Okay, it is better to be safe than sorry, and you know, I hope you've learned from your last mistakes. So Indigo can be a little tricky. And same with ITC as well. I mean, monthly is all right. इसमें कुछ देखने का है नहीं. Weekly chart में it is at EMA, and you can see wide CPR था, इसीलिए पूरा month sideways निकल गया. अभी narrow CPR है, वो भी within the wide CPR, which basically means it's a nice trending month. So you can put your alert above the CPR in the monthly chart, which basically gives you enough confidence. And this could be like your 0, 1, 2. So if I draw this, you can see 78.6 is always acting as like a nice support level here. So अगर market का momentum रहेगा, अगर you know CPR के ऊपर बंद हो जाएगा, so this is something that you can take care of as well. ITC is also in a decent situation. Now we come to JSW Steel. This is here because of a probable, I think, oh, there is a neckline, there's a bearish divergence, the weekly chart, and there's a trend line here. So अगर ये नीचे की ओर गिरता है, या तो CPR से या इस सपोर्ट लाइन को तोड़ता है, then आप सोच सकते हो कि ये कितना गिर सकता है, क्योंकि monthly chart is also not that great. Engulfing where there's a doji here, it can easily correct till 11 if not more EMAs. So, and that is also, you know, a decent place to be. So yeah, I mean, keep an eye out for it, because there is a monthly, there is a weekly bearish divergence, which basically suggests that it might fall. Okay, again, because we have a Monday as a holiday, we are relying on this too much, like, you know, the Tuesday opening too much. Dr. Lalpa Labs, of course, green list mein tha. You can see there was a monthly bullish divergence, went up. This candle here suggests that it is good to go. Now, couple of things. One, there is a, you know, this is your immediate like level where it should arrive to, and there is a slanting line here, which you can see. So shoulder, head, shoulder in the weekly chart, you can see in the daily chart properly, and this seems like a breakout. अब breakout और false breakout में क्या फर्क होगा? अगर Tuesday नीचे खुल गया 100 पॉइंट भी और नीचे गिरने लगा, then it's a false breakout, of course. So basically, if there is no follow through on this white candle in the daily chart, then we are looking at a false breakout, and then maybe prices will correct a wee bit. But on the other hand, if it, you know, even if it tests this neckline and goes back up, like follow through deta hai, then we have a nice, you can see in the daily chart also, there's a nice line here, nice shoulder, head, shoulder as well. And you could probably get a trade here as well, because it's a decent CPR in the monthly chart and the hourly chart as well. Okay, so this is why Lalpath Labs is also in the list. Then we come to Laurus Labs. Now, Laurus Labs mein kya hai? Monthly EMA pe, you can see it fell. Now, this looks like correction because monthly EMA pe hai. And weekly mein bearish divergence hai with a 012 test, pretty much, right? And 012 test yahan pe hua hai. You can see the entire thing was a sideways kind of a movement. Now you have a narrow monthly CPR. अगर ये या तो channel टूटता है या ये CPR के नीचे बंद होके it convinces you that, you know, close हो गया, follow through हो गया, now I can start selling this, then this is something more of a selling trade than buying trade, because अभी देख के लगता है that weekly does have a bearish divergence, which is not the best sign for a stock. I have a question here. Small bud in JSW Steel daily chart. JSW Steel. I know this is why it is in the list, you know, कि यहाँ से शायद ये ऊपर की ओर बढ़ जाएगा, because you know, there is a bud here, but CPR is, you know, pretty wide. That means sideways भी चल सकता है. So that's what I'm saying. If it just moves sideways throughout and then breaks out here, yeah, CPR के ऊपर चला गया. In fact, if I open the hourly chart, you know, let me see, it's a narrow weekly CPR, yeah. So yeah, if it comes here down, test, or फिर ऊपर जाता है, then yes, we can take a call. So as I said, daily chart में, I don't know if I give this divergence so much importance, but ये जो आज 50% ऊपर खुला है, सारे stocks gap up खुले, तो इसीलिए इसको क्या मैं उतना importance दूंगा, because then this black candle becomes a false breakout. ये जो black candle नीचे है, ये false breakout है. तो अगर इसका follow through होता है ऊपर की ओर में, so maybe this level here in the hourly chart, this level here in the hourly chart. If this kind of breaks out, then maybe yes, so let's put an alert here. But again, as I said, agar momentum अच्छा रहेगा, market का ऊपर की ओर ही रहेगा, then yeah, we are on the buying side. Okay. I was on Lotus Labs. So Lotus Labs, as I said, corrective channel lag raha hai, bearish divergence weekly mein hai, so we can't go against the bearish dive on the weekly chart. Marico monthly, you can see bearish engulfing, shooting star kind of both, like candle, and bearish divergence, triple bearish dive on the weekly chart with stochastic and RSI also divergence. There is a resistance here. Okay. And of course, I think we had this in the list last time as well, and people did take a trade here. Again, we have a narrow, well, not narrow monthly CPR compared to the last month, but we do have a narrow CPR. It might go test this line, might go test the CPR and then fall. Either way, we are looking to sell because of the monthly and the weekly chart. Now, if you see here in the hourly chart as well, देखो या तो यहाँ से गिरना शुरू हो जाएगा and you can start entering. But if it does go above till the weekly CPR, which is also wide until the trend line, then you might get an opportunity. Because the weekly CPR is also wide, maybe next week, which is Monday, Thursday, Friday, only trading sessions, then maybe, sorry, Tuesday, we have one less, not Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Right? That's good enough, actually. So ho sakta hai wo week sideways ho jaye. But yes, so this is in the selling opportunity zone because of the weekly and monthly chart setups, man. It's not the best. Now we have Nestle, of course, monthly is it's okay. Weekly chart, we have a bearish time with a probable 012 setup. Okay, so what that means is if you see 78.6 से resistance ले रहा है, वहां पे daily में bearish divergence है, which is again all of you know that it's not a good sign, right? Of course, ये शायद R1 यहाँ पे कहीं होगा, उससे नीचे आ गया. We have a narrow monthly CPR which gives us an edge कि अगर इसके नीचे जाता है, then we are looking to sell. अगर ये 012 बनाने पहले ऊपर जाता है, फिर जाता है. So what I'm trying to say here is two things can happen. Either it opens lower on Tuesday and then you'll get like a selling opportunity like this, or if it goes above first, like till here, and then like breaks the CPR, then you get an opportunity like this. So either way, it just depends how Tuesday opens, to be honest. And if I go to the hourly chart here as well, I think we are below the CPR. Yes. So we just went below the CPR today and completed, like closed below the CPR. We do have a wide CPR, but okay. I think this is an opportunity that can be taken as well because of the weekly probable 012 with a daily divergence here, and it could be a good opportunity as well. Then we have Reliance. Of course, Reliance monthly chart is not the best candle. Weekly is at EMA. Now, if I ignore the monthly chart because I'm not sure what to make out of it, apart from there is a weakness. But if I just want to trade on the momentum, and if I get the momentum, there is a bullish divergence in the daily chart. And if it kind of opens gap up, then one can take advantage of it. If I go to the hourly chart as well, narrow CPR, इसके ऊपर जाता है तो हम यहाँ entry ले सकते हैं. So something that you should keep an eye out for, because Reliance does give you a lot of money, does give you good trending move as well. But as I said, Dr. Reddy, Gale, Reliance, ITC, there are few stocks in this list. Marico on the short side, few stocks in the list which have very good setup. So maybe you ignore the other ones and keep them as as in your watch list, right? SBI Life Insurance, this is the list because of course two poor kind of dojis in the monthly chart, bearish divergence in the weekly chart, right? So this, if I draw a horizontal line here, you can see, right? If I draw something here, you can see this seems like a false breakout like earlier as well. So generally क्या होता है, देखो CPR भी वहीं resistance पे, तो generally क्या होगा, this will come test this line again and then fall, and that is the best setup to have. If that happens, we are in. If that doesn't happen, we just wait to see what happens. Okay, so SBI Life ka something like that is the plan. Now Sun TV, of course, monthly mein you can see that is they start with the monthly bullish divergence, pull back, enter, weekly divergence, pull back, again enter, weekly divergence. Now it is above the resistance level, which is this. So if I draw this here, you see this is my Sun TV network. Now, Sun TV, you see, there's a breakout here. There's a change in polarity, engulfing bull. At change in polarity, I have a bullish divergence in the daily chart. Now, again, this is a beautiful setup. Monthly CPR narrow. If it goes above this, it's a good setup for this particular stock to happen. Again, let's see how Tuesday opens. Then we have Ultratech Cement. Ultratech Cement, monthly bearish divergence doji here, weekly bearish divergence in RSI as well, and we have a bad candle, a sideways candle this week. And I think we are, if things go south, then this is one of those stocks that you could look for as a selling opportunity as well. People who do classical charting more, you could probably draw this line here, something like this, or maybe just move it here and make it broader. And this kind of can act like as a point of interest zone and see if it acts as support or breaks the support and then take a call. But because of the divergences, I wouldn't be buying this immediately, unless something changes, of course. Then we've got Vedanta. Vedanta, of course, it is bearish divergence in the monthly chart, falling weekly chart. There is a slight bullish divergence. You can see this. All right. Now, because it is in the weekly chart, I might want to look at it and I might expect the prices to come to the EMAs. Now, in the daily chart, RSI not favoring us, plus this gap here. Now, because of this gap, actually, I could get an entry, a proper entry. So what I would like is a candle to first close above the gap, including the CPR, and only then I can take a trade on the upside with a stop loss below the gap. Okay. So this is only because there's a slight bullish divergence here. Again, if something changes and prices open gap down, like below this gap, if the price is open below this gap, I think I'm gonna not look at this at all. Okay. So Vedanta is to be planned in that fashion. I've got questions. Stop loss for Sun TV if there is a follow through. Let's see, Sun TV. I think if there's a follow through, you can use the CPR plus buffer, and if you can, then probably today's low is probably the best to do, because that's your divergence low, which is yesterday's low. Sorry, here. But you can use, I don't know how the hourly chart works. Do they use this hourly CPR? Probably not the best as a stop loss. Monthly CPR, I think that I would probably use monthly CPR plus buffer. I see them respecting it as well, so why not? So Sun TV will be that, and that's it. So next we have Zydus. Zydus is in the list because it is at weekly EMA and there is a bullish divergence here as well. Again, at monthly CPR. So as I said, it's going to be very tricky. Tuesday, in fact, it's very simple. On Tuesday, if it goes above it and closes above it, or if it gives you an opportunity above it, you're in, right? But somehow by looking at black, white candles in the daily chart, I think the hourly chart might have a, there you go, bearish divergence. So it is possible that, at first it goes down, tests the CPR and then starts going up. So in that case, even if you get like a 0.12 kind of a pullback on Tuesday, that's okay, as long as you know what's the bigger plan. So yeah, that's for Zydus as well. So is that, so we've covered pretty much 27 stocks in the list. Now we're going to go to the indices first, and then we're going to go to green stocks, we're going to go to commodities first and then cash stocks, so that you all stay till the end. Don't miss it, because when we go to the green list, the cash stocks, that is when you get investment opportunities as well. Zydus also looks like daily CIP and corrective channel. CIP, I won't say CIP, to be honest. Hourly CIP maybe. Oh, you mean on the short side? You mean on the short side, you're drawing from here. In the hourly chart, yes. If I open this in the hourly chart, if I'm an hourly kind of a trader, then yes, this is like a breakout, a CIP bearish divergence, and I would like to sell it till the CPR. Just because there's a daily divergence, I don't want to, look at the selling opportunity here. Okay, but it's not the best. I think there are better setups than this, as I said. All right, can we first finish the scan and then we can go to different stocks? I know I've seen there are a lot of stocks that I'm getting on the chat box. Just let me finish the scan first and let's do the stocks then. All right, so let's go to Nifty, Bank Nifty quickly before I move on to commodities. So Nifty, as I said, see, a little tricky. Let me go to monthly chart first. Look at the monthly chart. Ticking up, no problem, but shooting star. All right, so not the best. Shooting star means rejection, right? Weekly, there is a bearish divergence. Again, the only thing is RSI censoring. So will it pull back? Because the candle is decent. So it can pull back for a 012 and then go down. But there is a pulling back opportunity. So this is the first time seeing this, which is good. Now let's see the daily chart. Now, daily chart, of course, there's a shooting star. If there is bearishness in the market, then it's going to open lower, maybe go back up later. But this monthly CPR will give you direction next month. If it closes above, it's going to go till R1 or till whatever zone that, you know, there's a pullback is for. But however, if it opens lower or closes lower, then the direction is towards the downside. And you can see both weekly and monthly CPR is on the narrow side. If I'm not wrong, let me just check. Yes, both weekly CPR and the monthly CPR on the narrow side. So Nifty, you will get a direction on Tuesday. And we are going to take notice of that, okay? Bank Nifty, now, as I said last time as well in the scan, Bank Nifty looked worse than Nifty. So even now you can see, you know, bearish engulfing shooting star. Bank Nifty looks worse than Nifty. Weekly chart, you can see there is a hammer, there's a pullback. So you can see this is a double top, bearish divergence, still bearish. There is a hammer, yes, at a decent supportish kind of level. I'll show you in the daily chart. So, you know, this is like a level where it is pulling back from. Now, more importantly here is the monthly CPR again, because it is a narrow monthly CPR and it'll give you opportunity once again, and narrow weekly CPR as well. Because of the monthly and the weekly chart, I am a little bearish on Bank Nifty and surprisingly not in Nifty so much. But once again, there is a possibility that, you know, over the weekend something happens and this goes up, and anything above the monthly CPR, I'm going to start looking to buy. But if it goes up here, takes resistance and then falls back, that's again something that we're going to take a call. Sometimes what happens, Monday क्योंकि छुट्टी है इसलिए नहीं हो पाएगा, but sometimes ये नीचे आएगा फिर ऊपर जाएगा, bearish divergence early chart में बनाएगा at EMA and then, you know, falls. So Bank Nifty, I'm a little negative, more positive on Nifty, but this is what it is right now as a setup. Now let's go to commodities, and then I'm going to come to stocks and you know, of course, anything that you want me to look at as well. So let's go to commodities quickly. I've got gold here. So beautiful setup. Now I'm going to open this chart here so that you understand what I'm doing here. So this is gold ka chart. I'm going to open, all right, let me open weekly first. Monthly is still, I mean, weekly and monthly both still to be closed, you know, it's not closed yet. So this looks like a correction on the downside, but kahan tak jayega pata nahi. Weekly, you can see it fell lower, but today, because of the change in expiry tender period and all, it has opened higher next month ka future. But in fact, it is still lower. And if I open the, you know, international gold, you can see it is not really pulling up, but still on the downside. Now, nonetheless, agar hame apna hi chart deke analysis karna hai, so you can see first in the weekly chart, any uptick. So agar socho agla mahina bahut acha ho gaya, agla hafta bahut acha ho gaya, to ye bullish divergence ban jayega gold mein. But till that happens, let's not assume that it's going to happen, because hamare paas abhi filhal daily at EMA and 2 hour mein censored divergence tha. It is also here, and if you see the CPR, excuse me. Now, if I show you, oops, let me open here, future CPR, you can see it's a narrow CPR till now. तो हमें Tuesday को direction यहाँ पे भी अच्छा मिल जाएगा. and we'll take an opportunity here as well in commodity. Now, if you can see in this is my support line which was broken, and this is the first time it's going back. So ये नीचे आके ऊपर आके bearish divergence देगा कि नीचे से गिरने लगेगा, because there is a big window and it can. Daily यहाँ पे CPR भी narrow रहेगा. So gold will give you an opportunity next week, definitely. Now we have silver. Now silver as well, there was a bullish divergence in 2-hour chart. मैंने बोला था जो commodity trade करते हैं 2-hour charts follow करो, and gap up, follow through, went and gave us a trade. In fact, if I show you silver in my intraday chart, you can see there was a support line here. इसको तोड़ा, couldn't pull back पूरा, लेकिन pull back and then pull back till the gap and then went up. Now, of course, as you can see, weekly CPR से resistance लिया and now it's correcting a little bit. But as I said, we need to wait for the CPR here, which will be narrow at the moment, but we'll see how it goes. It is at the EMA, whether it'll fall, whether it'll go up. It's going to be something that we're going to look at on Monday. But gold and silver both will give you an opportunity next week because it has started moving. Then we come to crude oil. Crude oil, as you can see, monthly chart, I always said कि month अगर ये अभी खत्म यहाँ पे भी होता है, I'm always looking to buy on the upside. ठीक है, अभी भी like future में भी मुझे इसमें buying opportunity ही दिखता है, unless something changes. Now something changes का मतलब weekly chart में यहाँ एक resistance है. You can see last time spinning top था, अभी तो spinning top है, अगर और गिरेगा तो doji बन जाएगा. And अगर ये doji बन जाएगा, then अगर इसका low टूटता है, we can expect a little correction and then breakout. So little correction तक हम down का भी trade कर लेंगे और फिर ऊपर का भी trade कर लेंगे. So let the week finish and you will get an opportunity here as well to take a trade. Maybe this falls 0.12 and then falls, whatever, you'll get an opportunity in crude also. So commodities are going to give you good opportunities next week. Zinc has turned into a buying opportunity monthly till it comes to the moving average, at least weekly maybe, you know, it is turning into a buying opportunity now unexpectedly. And if I open zinc here in this layout, you can see there was a resistance here which broke out yesterday and it is still on. So yeah, zinc is okay. फिर देखेंगे क्या होता है. Copper, let us look at it here. Copper testing its resistance, and if it gives us a bearish divergence, we'll look to sell, but abhi kuch hai nahi. So next week, during the week, we'll let you know. Abhi kuch nahi hai. And natural gas, it is at resistance, so we are looking for either a breakout or maybe a correction. Isme weekly mein bearish divergence tha. Let's see if it has ticked down or it has ticked up now. So agar ye upar ki or khatam hota hai aaj, then we'll, you know, probably है ये ऊपर की ओर ही breakout होगा. So we'll see that how it happens as well. So that's about commodities, guys. Finished it quickly so that we can go on to the green stocks, which is very, very important. So let's open this layout and go to the green stock. Now there are about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stocks that I want to talk about, which can give you an investment opportunity next month, which is October. Very, very important that you understand this. So the first one is Whirlpool. Whirlpool started with monthly bullish divergence. You can see started going up on the higher side. This is retreating till the EMAs, and if next week you get an uptick, excuse me, if any day the prices close above the daily CPR, monthly CPR, sorry, in the daily chart, then that is one time that you can start buying Whirlpool. That might take one more week, but it should be in your watch list. Whirlpool पहले भी था, अभी भी रहना चाहिए. Then we have Union Bank of India. Union Bank of India started good at EMAs, bullish divergences, then at EMAs, bullish divergences. Now it was at a resistance level, which broke out, which is also a head and shoulder in the monthly chart. You can see here on the weekly chart, in the middle chart as well. And this broke out. So this, if this happens, this is good. And if not, if there's a follow through, मतलब आज का high तोड़ने लगता है आगे भी, then this is also a good stock for investment. So as I said, the green list, when we scan, it is pretty much, it will give you some kind of investment opportunities using technical analysis. Again, as I said, it is for educational purpose only for whoever who doesn't know the system. Then we come to advanced enzyme. I think we spoke about this last week as well, or last month as well. And this stock here, it is at weekly EMA. There was a piercing pattern last week. Again, this week is a bullish candle, and you do have an opportunity. This looks like a corrective wave. Look at this. You do have an opportunity if it goes above the monthly CPR, closes and follows through, because monthly chart में bullish divergence था and अभी इसका ceiling ऊपर खाली है. Okay, so there is an opportunity that it can give you on the upside. Then you have IEX. IEX, of course, monthly bullish divergence अभी शुरू ही हुआ है. ठीक है, follow through हो गया है. Trend line breakout होके क्या ये retest है? We don't know. There is a bullish rami here, but the rejection is more on the upside. So हमें conviction तब आएगा जब ये monthly CPR के ऊपर बंद हो जाएगा. ठीक है, so या तो आपने gap के ऊपर entry कर लिया already, और या नहीं किया तो if it goes above the monthly CPR, closes above this or breaks the high of the previous week, आप देख सकते हो lower highs बन रहे हैं weekly में, अगर वो हो जाता है then also there is an opportunity that you can take in IEX. ठीक है, next we have is Tasty Bite Eatable. Now, of course, started with monthly bullish divergence, gone up, exhausted this weekly gap, and is it at retest of the gap? Retest of the gap pay, we have a bullish divergence in the daily chart. All right, so this could be an opportunity. Once again, you need the prices to break the high of the weekly chart, which is where my alert is, which is also above the narrow monthly CPR. So Tasty Bite Eatable is also one of the stocks that you want to be watched, right? The next stock is Omex Limited. Now, Omex Limited क्या हुआ था? ये actually Monday, Tuesday के आसपास हमारे scan में आया था. So again, monthly bullish divergence, beautiful setup, RSI bullish divergence, everything is perfect. 58 के ऊपर, option भी है enter करने का. You can see in the weekly chart also beautiful horizontal line which is broken as well. लेकिन जब तक हम ये enter करते हैं, so 50, 57 के आसपास, because monthly high वहाँ पे कहीं टूटा था, तब तक ये भन करके 3 दिन, it went up and it gave crazy moves. And now as well, you can see if it's just started. I don't know the fundamentals of the stock, guys. So if you think that the fundamentals are not nice, then don't enter. But I think from technical point of view, if it goes up, continues going up, there's a buying opportunity at least till this level anyway. If it gives an opportunity here, then this will be a very good point of interest for us, this level here. But let's see what happens, if it does give us an entry opportunity, or it's just, you need to enter here or somewhere. And the last one that we're going to discuss today is Ramco Cements. Sorry, not Ramco Cements, Ramco Systems. Ramco Systems has a monthly bullish divergence. ज़्यादा अभी तक movement आया नहीं है. So if it continues to go up, this is something that you're going to look at. And you could probably draw this as your, immediate and then breakout and all that. But yes, there is an opportunity here as well, because bullish divergence के बाद ज़्यादा movement अभी तक नहीं आया है. There is plenty of space left on the upside as well. Right, guys? So ये 3, 6, 7 stocks हैं जिसको मैं बोलूँगा कि आपको अपने next month के लिए अपने watch list में जरूर रखना चाहिए. और समझो, अगर आपके system में ये नहीं बैठता है, अगर आपके system में ये बैठता है, as what I'm explaining, then well and good. If not, there's a learning experience always. Now, coming back to you guys in the chat box, what do you want me to look at? All right, so I'm going to start with the top here. ये हो गया Abbott India. Abbott India I've already discussed, no? Anyway, Abbott India, yes. So daily bullish. Oh, wow, was this not on the list? Yes. So Abbott India bullish divergence the daily chart and at weekly EMA, yes, above monthly CPR as well. So we are looking to buy this if it does give us a follow through and everything seems okay. So there is a bullish setup here and looks all right. Next is Ambuja Cement. I think when I was scanning this, let's see, Ambuja Cement, yeah, monthly chart I'm not very happy with. Weekly maybe there's a bearish divergence, so again I'm not completely happy with. The only thing here is that you have a daily divergence and you think this is 0, 1, 2, right? If you want to take that call, you think this is a re-entry trade on the upside, then I would advise you to take opportunities above the monthly CPR. Let me check the hourly chart for weekly CPR. Weekly narrow CPR, that's fine. Divergence, oh, hourly chart may be 0, 1, 2, All right. So yes, if it goes above the hourly CPR or gap up or something, or monthly CPR ke upar, you could probably enter. You could probably use the trend line here as well, something like this. If you're looking to buy this at EMA, re-entry trade could be done. In fact, let me put this in the purple list. That's not bad. For momentum trading, again, Tuesday, if it opens gap up, agar niche khulta hai, then I think don't touch it. Just a sec, let me just finish. एक एक करके करता हूँ. Astral में I am not doing this because monthly में bearish है, weekly में bearish है, लेकिन momentum trading के लिए weekly at EMA and that thing is there. So my point is, even if I take this now, my reward is only till here. So this is why I did not include this in the list. It is there, but there are better setups, I think, for Astro. Okay, ICICI Lombard, is that? Yeah. ICICI Lombard, monthly is all right. Weekly at EMA, I don't think this is a bullish divergence, but if it was, then it would be in my list. But इसमें मैं alert मैंने लगाया था शायद, दिख नहीं रहा है, but I think I'm going to put my alert above the high of the previous week, just to be sure. ठीक है, but I'm not going to put in the list. Hey, but ठीक है, again, I said better list, better stocks हैं शायद. And Torrent Pharma भी मैंने check किया था. Yeah, I mean, ठीक है, there's no setup per se for me. Like, I know this is your divergence and this is what you're looking at, but wasn't impressed. Maybe आज pharma stocks ऐसे सारे ही बड़े थे, so maybe. ठीक है. Next, Ashok Leyland. All right, guys, I'm just going serially. So if you've asked me a question, just wait for a second. I am going to answer that stock. नहीं यार, skipping a trough. So no bullish divergence in Ashok Leyland. पहले था जिसके लिए हम वेट कर रहे थे, लेकिन वो CPR के ऊपर नहीं गया था, बट अब नहीं है. अब इसमें नहीं है. भारत फोर्ज, Bharat Forge monthly looks all right. Weekly is also okay. Daily at EMA wala trade hoga. So daily at EMA, this is why I did not do the scan. Yes, sure. You can set an alert here. Let me put an alert. Okay, I'm not putting this in the list because this was the monthly scan, है ना? But हो सकता है. Again, monthly से मेरा बस इसमें प्रॉब्लम पता है क्या होता है कि ये इतना बढ़ गया है ना कि मुझे यहाँ का टारगेट्स अब इतना ऊपर वापस नहीं लगता है. So मुझे लगता है यार कहीं थोड़ा सा मैं प्रॉफिट बुक करना पड़ेगा, इसलिए मैंने ये सब लिस्ट में नहीं डाला है. If that makes sense. Axis Bank. Axis Bank looks okay actually. I think यहाँ पे एक रेजिस्टेंस था डेली चार्ट में. हाँ, ये रहा. हमने बनाया था शोल्डर हेड शोल्डर, इसने तोड़ दिया. 48, 88, 40 points roughly 9. So let's say 990, 41, 30. Yeah, हो गया. टारगेट भी हो गया. अभी इसमें कुछ है नहीं यार. There's no setup for downside or upside, so I don't know what to say. So there was a trade here when there was a breakout on 11th September. So post that 12th September, maybe here as well. But abhi it's in no man's land for me. If I can't enter fresh right now. All right. So that's Axis Bank. Ease my trip. That is in my green list. You can see here. Ease my trip. But this is to watch. आप देख सकते हो monthly at EMA, weekly bullish divergence, all correct. But this candle here, और जितना बड़ा white candle भी पूरा खा गया ना. So this is in fact to watch. If you see my green list here, so ease my trip is here to watch. Like I'm not put it for immediately कि मैं ready हूँ इसमें घुसने के लिए. ठीक है? Let me go back to pink. Purple. Sorry. Then we have Aarti Industry and Deepak. Aarti Industries. ये मेरे ब्लू लिस्ट में, इसका मतलब इसमें कुछ बनने वाला है एंड आई एम वेटिंग. हाँ, कुछ बनने वाला है एंड आई एम वेटिंग. आई डोंट नो. डेली में बेरिश था, अब ईएमए पे आया है, वीकली ईएमए पे आया है यहाँ से, कि मंथली में कोई बुलिश डाइवर्जेंस है नहीं. सो इसको अगर मैं अर्ली चार्ट में देखूंगा, लेट्स सी. नो ओपिनियन यार, मतलब इससे अच्छे सेटअप्स हैं फॉर नेक्स्ट वीक. सो नथिंग अबाउट दिस. दीपक फर्टिलाइजर्स, ये भी मेरी ग्रीन लिस्ट में है, बट ये उसमें ही है. आई एम वेटिंग फॉर समथिंग टू हैपन. सो यस, दिस इज ओके. बुलिश हियर, मंथली इज ओके एंड यू आर लुकिंग टू बाय. बट मेरा प्रॉब्लम शायद यहाँ पे है ना, एक डेली का रेजिस्टेंस. मैं इसको हटा भी सकता हूँ एक्चुअली. आई कैन गेट रिड ऑफ दिस. सो लेट्स से आई डोंट हैव एनी लाइंस अबव मंथली सी. हाँ, इसको कर सकते हैं. इफ यू आर लुकिंग टू एंटर दिस, दिस इज स्टिल ओके. इसका अर्ली चार्ट एक बार देख सकते हैं. बट आई डोंट थिंक यू आर ट्रेडिंग दिस, राइट? यू आर प्रोबब्ली इन्वेस्टिंग इन दिस और समथिंग. इसमें इफ इट गोज अप, यू विल गेट अ हेड एंड शोल्डर हियर एंड स्टफ. हाँ, ये ठीक है. No problem here. On the upside, if you're looking at the weekly and the monthly chart, ये गैप पे बस ध्यान देना. क्या है, you remember IOLCP and all ना, गैप पे ध्यान रखना है हमें. Then we have Metropolis. Metropolis Healthcare I removed from my list today because ये पहले था at weekly daily divergence we got an entry. Do you really want to trade this यार? I don't think so. है ना, लास्ट वीक क्या हो गया, बेरिश डाइवर्जेंस बन गया था, टिक डाउन हो गया था, एंड इस वीक उसका फॉलो थ्रू नहीं हुआ. बट दैट इज द ओनली थिंग. एंड अपटिक हो गया है, बट देयर इज अ रेजिस्टेंस. आई डोंट नो इफ आई एम वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट ऑफ दिस. बट अगेन, अगर इसका फॉलो थ्रू हो गया, सो कंसिडरिंग दिस 012 काइंड ऑफ थिंग, अगर फॉलो थ्रू हो गया देन आई एम ओके विद दिस. बट मैंने आज इसको निकाला था अपने लिस्ट से, मेरे को ये इतना पता है डेफिनेटली. You know, anything still holding? Yeah, LCP I want to enter again, but I'm just waiting. It's good. Jatin. Oh, Jatin. Yes, sorry, I was looking for a stock called Jatin. IOLCP. IOLCP. See, I have my alert set here, monthly CPR के ऊपर. So as I said, I'm also, I want to bullish divergence start हुआ at EMA, and this has a long way to go. It's just this level is a good point of interest. So enter at the right time, kind of a thing. Buying opportunity of 7 script time horizon is October only. No. This is. See, I've got about 67 stocks in my green list. अभी immediately ये stocks entry दे सकते हैं. हो सकता है 2 हफ्ते या 3 हफ्ते बाद ये entry दे सकते हैं. Time horizon is, where can it go? For example, I show you Oro Pharma. I'll give you an example of Aurobindo Pharma. So ये हमारे लिस्ट में यहाँ पे आया था जब ये अपटिक हुआ था. So this was in March. Now अभी तक ये चले जा रहे हैं, सितंबर चल रहा है. अभी अगले साल तक जाएगा कि नहीं अभी मुझे नहीं पता, लेकिन of course people are booking profits also. मतलब 480 का आज 900 हो गया, almost double. So you have to book profits also in the end. So ये तब बनता है जब हमें लगता है कि कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी बनने वाला है कि स्टॉक में. That is why these 7 stocks are discussed in such a way. Metropolis just on classical charting. हाँ, मैं समझ गया what you are saying. But वही है कि better है कोई कुछ और, इसीलिए और कुछ नहीं. Anyone else? Anything else, guys? Any other stock that you want me to have a look at? All right. So remember, we've discussed about 7 stocks. All right, about 7 stocks that will give you an opportunity. That should give you an opportunity. I don't know will or not. मैं कौन होता बोलने वाला, लेकिन that should, and you might take advantage of that as well. Voltas. I think let's wait for this, you know, क्योंकि maybe daily वाला entry है, I think it has, मेरे भी list में था पहले, यहाँ पे था एक rectangle type का बन रहा है, white CPR था तो पूरा sideways चला है, and you're looking to buy, I think, right? But I believe I would wait यार, to be honest. मुझे अभी तक इसमें और conviction नहीं आया अभी तक. Plus there's a very good point of interest here, so यहाँ पे जरूर देखना कि क्या हो रहा है, ठीक है? Be careful here. So probably fall, resistance, lesser fall, resistance, lesser fall, and then go up. We don't know. But let's see. All right, guys. Anything else that I can help you with? Any other stock? कोई और stock जो आप चाहते हो कि मैं scan कर दूं आपके लिए, आपको कोई अपना opinion दे दूं, जबकि believe me, tips equal to spit. This is what I follow. And अगर आपके पास कोई system नहीं है और आपने हमसे भी नहीं सीखा है, then learn from anyone you want. Doesn't matter. But learn. सीखो, करो, खुद करो. That'll make more sense because you will become independent and you'll not rely on anyone else to do that for you. All right. Thank you very much, guys, and take care. Have a great weekend. Oh, there's someone else. US oil. Just a second. I have US oil here. Let me go to my commodities. Same thing. ये हमने last time किया था, right? US oil में CIP तो आया नहीं लेकिन बढ़ गया. So let me remove this first. Still looks good. Yeah, monthly chart. Let me see. यार ये जो monthly का setup था ना, तब से मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि हमें looking to buy bullish diamond 012. अभी 012 का target क्या है? ये work करते हैं हम. यहाँ से नहीं निकलते, इसको false मान लो. या इधर से करो. 261, yes. And then if it has to retrace 23.6, वो भी हो गया. Looks all right. As I said, हमारे चार्ट की तरह ही है same. So I'm just gonna shift this. यहाँ पे हमारा resistance है, यहाँ पे US oil का resistance है. Maybe it corrects a little bit and then breaks out, creating a head and shoulder. But unless something changes, देखो अगर कुछ change हो जाता है तब तो ठीक है. लेकिन unless something changes, unless I get something here like 3 months later कोई divergence होके 1 month later divergence बन गया bearish, जब तक वो नहीं होता है तब तक मैं oil trade जरूर कर लूंगा, like intraday या एक दिन का positional trade on the downside, like correction जो भी होता है, लेकिन मेरा outlook bullish ही रहेगा मेरे ख्याल से oil prices पे. You know, this is my opinion on oil, crude oil. Okay, same with our MCX crude oil as well. Resistance पे maybe corrects a little bit and there's a 400 points, 500 points correct हो सकता है, which is good money anyway. So अगर वो होता है then good to go. But yes, this is what false breakout is. Look at this. Resistance, false breakout, comes, test, and then falls. There you go. Learning. So thank you very much, guys. Take care. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. And I'll see you next week. Till then, bye-bye.